Getting older, for many of us, means enjoying the comforts of life, kicking back, taking it easy, and reflecting on a life well lived. Well, something along those lines. In the feline world, the same can be said. The days of stalking, hunting, capturing, and playing often take a back seat to a more favorable chill time sort of existence. Those naps, they get longer, and the desire to run around, that is often traded in for more cuddle sessions. When living in those senior years, those golden years, it's not uncommon for cats to seek those simple pleasures and physically make life as stress free as possible. But what about play? If your cat is of senior status but still relatively healthy, how can you help to keep them active? Today in this video, we'll offer up a few suggestions. Interesting topic, important topic, and as always, I've got you covered. Stay tuned. As the owner of a senior cat, before you encourage your pet to bait them to play, to get them to be more active, you should take stock. Take an assessment of your cat's overall physical health. Those vet checkups, they are always so very important. The core objective here is to make sure that your cat is doing all right, to make sure even in those golden years that they're still faring quite well. Refusal to play and engage. There could be many reasons for the lack of interest, and as an owner, your objective is to make sure that your pet's lack of desire to get involved is not health related, isn't tied to illness or disease. Before you encourage your cat to play, make sure they are indeed fit to play. If your cat is having trouble just walking around and doing basic tasks, then you shouldn't expect them to chase. Never be heavy-handed with your encouragement. If your cat can't do something, never attempt to make them do things that are even more difficult than just the normal day-to-day. So much about encouraging your cat to play and being interested in physical activity is about respect. Knowing when to be hands-off is just as important as knowing when to be hands-on. Now, if your cat is in good health outside of Father Time's appearance, the first way to encourage play is to pay attention to the little things. Play, well, it can be defined in many ways, and your active 20-year-old feline will likely look much different in play, in the act of play, than your 5-year-old cat, and that's okay. That's to be expected. The play, it just won't quite be the same. When it comes to tapping into what your cat would enjoy, something that would pique their interest, a bit of a trial and error could be in order. It's always important to be keen on what they do want. When they are active, even for a bit, what are they doing? What are they interested in? For a bit of personal time, as many of you know, I cared for my senior cat for a very long while. My cat, his name was Burl. He passed away in 2019. But he was and still is the very backbone for senior cat wellness. He's the inspiration, as this channel would not exist without him. He died at the age of 20 or 21. He was quite up there. And with respect to play, I enjoyed many days with him just during his golden years of senior status, and as to be expected, playtime looked a bit different as he got older compared to what it looks like today with my current cats. I have a trio of felines who are 8 years of age. They're still very active and they love to chase and be chased, even though they're getting up there too. They still love to run around, and play is all about the physical. With Burl during his time as a senior, there was a lot of paw action going on, some leg action, as in leg kicking from the comforts of the sofa. He really wouldn't like to walk around too much at that age, and chasing and running was simply out of the question. So I'll suggest what worked for Burl. I encouraged him to play by playing on some of those instincts. He would stalk from the comfort of the couch. Something as simple as a rolled-up sheet of notebook paper was often more than enough for him. He would follow it with his eyes, and then I would just toss it at him. And once he was locked in on the game, with each toss of the paper, he would slap it right back at me with his paw, almost like we were playing baseball. Burl was a big home run hitter with those rolled-up pieces of paper. This required no walking, chasing, and running, no placing his body in some awkward position that would put a strain on his back. He would just sit on the sofa and slap the pieces of paper. I would also present the paper and then sort of hide it behind my back or move it around. This gave him great mental stimulation. He loved to track the paper with his eyes just as much as he loved to hit it with his paw. And sometimes I'd throw the paper and he'd grab it, not hit it back, but just grab it, take it, start kicking it like the prey had been captured. I think my biggest piece of advice when it comes to attempting to engage with your senior cat and encouraging them to play, you really have to bring the play to them. Find out what they enjoy the most, modify it according to their physical situation and their abilities, their physical abilities, and play a game that they've always enjoyed. Just change it up a bit. Cats, regardless of age, they still cling to those natural instincts, whether they're 2 or 22. And what's that old joke? Cats don't care about the toy you bought; they just want the box it came in. Sometimes, and this is certainly true with senior cats, just put a box on the floor. Another way to bring the play to them. All felines need to be curious to investigate, and sometimes play. Well, it's nothing more than just chilling inside of a cardboard box. Burl did it for many months sometimes, and he would find something he would enjoy and just keep doing it. A lot of times the box was the place he would like to go to. If your pet is almost 20 years old, any physical activity, as long as it's safe, is a positive. A body in motion and a mind in thought, a mind in curiosity. Older cats need those naps, certainly. They need love and cuddles, but elderly felines, they also need exercise. And if your cat is able, your pet needs to be encouraged to move around. If it's only for a short time each day. Also, never be afraid to cater to that end game. One way to encourage your cat is to offer up a snack treat at the end of a play session. The encouragement, well, it's really about the payoff, some type of incentive. Hit this rolled up piece of paper for 15 minutes and then I'll pet you, give you a snack treat. If your cat comes to learn that playing in whatever form that you've decided is best for your pet ends with something cool, your cat will be far more likely to engage. They'll have a reason to get involved. And like so many things, routine is the key. A time to play works much better for your senior cat compared to playing on a whim, let's call it, some random time. Never attempt to wake your cat up just because it's time for them to be active. Establish the routine. Your cat will come to expect it and like it. Their internal clock will come to say, "Hey, it's time to get this time to get this paper ball hit." They'll be ready for action, ready for the game, and some level of mental and physical engagement. Younger cats, they don't need a reason to take a lap around your home or chase the leaf in the yard. Older cats, they are often a bit more strings attached, no pun intended, and if playtime and exercise has to be incorporated within a routine, just like the routine of mealtime, then establish it. Make it work for you and what you're trying to accomplish with your pet, given their age. Keep things simple, keep things curious, play to your cat's natural instincts, and never present play as a big task. Some cats don't want to engage because play, it could seem like work, and they just don't feel like all the trouble having to meet the moment. They just don't want it. Meet your cat halfway. I learned from Burl that a senior cat can relax and be quite comfortable while also having a bit of physical activity and mental stimulation. To the audience of Senior Cat Wellness, how have you encouraged your elderly feline to play? Are you making the most of your cat's golden years by incorporating a moderate level of exercise? Your stories, anything you'd like to add to this topic, and your advice and suggestions for others? That comment section is all yours. And if you enjoyed this content, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd certainly love to have you as a member of the Senior Cat Wellness family. And until next time, thank you so very much for watching, and I will talk to you later.